So given the current market conditions in the fitness industry, what do you think of
Dude,
the
I
fitness
didn't sign for this. I did not sign up for this. What question is this?
I want to know where do you... Today we're joined with Carlos Sevilla from Union Strength Gym, located here in Plaza Damas. Carlos, thanks for having us here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. This is a nice setting out of the coffee shop that we usually do.
Yeah, it's true, right? So today we're going to keep it very casual.
Super casual.
Tell us a little bit about how you got started. Is this something you've always done, or were you in the corporate world, or?
No, yeah. So I was in the corporate world for just 3 years. Okay. So long story short, I was in university, I was playing competitive football, and my plan was to play professional football. That didn't work out because I tore my ACL playing, so that's the knee. I had surgery, and I said, you know what, like, next thing to do is to get a job. Worked in 2 companies, lasted only 3 years, and I said I needed to follow my passion, so here's the gym.
And what type of industry were you in? The corporate world of banking, or? Very different
from the fitness industry. So first job, I was in an IT company. I was there for just under a year, and then I moved on to e-commerce. That was more my thing, but again, that only lasted 2 years. And then I left. So a lot of people who knew me from work said, wow, this is a completely new industry. And yes, it is for me, but like, it was the only thing I could really resonate with, you know?
And given that now you're running this gym, did you have any experience in leadership that you were able to transfer over to owning the gym, running the gym?
So leadership, at most, I was captain of my football team, captain of a couple of like school societies and stuff like that. So that's as far as leadership took me, but that was enough to get started. But in terms of organization and how things are done, like the back-end processes, I did really learn a lot from the corporate world. So like, no regrets doing what I did, because it really helped me.
And is this something that you've always planned on doing? Was this something that you always dreamed of? I'm going to get into the fitness industry. I'm going to have a gym. It's going to be very strength-based. Or what was the concept that made you want to open up this gym?
So about 3-4 years ago, it was an idea. And I think most like serious gym goers will agree with me and say that, you know, at one point, it is at least a thought. Okay. That, hey, I love the gym. It would be amazing if I could open the gym. So that also, so after football didn't go well, like the only thing that stuck on was the gym, because it was very controlled. I didn't have to worry about injuries. If I was in pain, I'd stop. And it's very technique and form based. That was definitely a thought. But it was something that I said I'd do maybe when I'm 30. So I'm 28 this year. And I said, you know, I'll do it when I'm 30, when I have more money, when I have more experience, and when people can take me seriously. But just work, the life I was living in the corporate world wasn't really for me. So I said, you know what, let's just cut a couple of years and start earlier.
And the concept that you had, was it, what was in your mind in terms of the concept? Was it going to be just strength-based, women, men, young, old demographic? What was your main concept?
So the concept has definitely evolved from when we started. I was very much influenced by the big time gyms in the States. So it was definitely going to be strength related. Initially, to be honest, it was supposed to just be an open gym, in a sense that we just offer memberships. We set up the coolest gym ever and people will come, right?
Right.
It was, for me,
so easy.
It was that simple. Just get a gym with squat racks and deadlift platforms and people will start coming.
With credit cards ready to join. Yeah.
Take my money. Right. So obviously the gym has evolved since. But initially, absolutely, it was just supposed to be a strength/functional setup, because I loved strength training, and at the same time, me being an athlete, I loved the functional training. So I loved the idea of having space, having an AstroTurf, having a sled, battle ropes, kettlebells. So it was always going to be a mix of both.
And for the people that have never been here, how would you best describe this type of gym to someone who's new to gyms, has never tried it before? How would you describe it?
I would say, and that's a very good question. It's a strength and conditioning gym, and I always say that, with good vibes, music pumping, and a huge community.
Sorry, can you repeat that again? So sorry, it's out bad. Yeah.
Okay.
And go.
Okay, so I would, and I still do say this: the gym is a strength and conditioning gym. That is at its core. But what makes us different is the vibes from the music that we play. It's very different from commercial gyms. We have a bit more flexibility from the community that we build as well. From the simple highs and buys and the team outings that we do and the team nights out that we do. It's really more about building that community, and definitely open for beginners as well. We're here to help people embark on their fitness journey, and let us be one of the choices that you make.
And do you think that being a boutique fitness, I mean, you are considered a boutique fitness, less than 7,000 square feet. Do you think that gives you an edge over the bigger box gyms?
On a customer service level, absolutely. Like I said, I make it a point for everyone in the team to give that extra service. Simple things like remembering people's names, inviting people out for a group outing, and not just limiting everything to the gym. We don't see people as a sales figure. There's more than just you sign up. You sign up to a community. You sign up to a group of friends and a bunch of like-minded people who are all willing to help, all super friendly. I think these things you can't get in commercial gyms.
Yeah, I've seen, especially on your Instagram posts, you guys do a lot of things running outside at 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. I see you guys have restaurant gatherings. Is this all part of the vision of Union Strength to really create a super tight community where they can get us a platform somewhere else, but they can't get that anywhere else?
Absolutely. And I think a big part of it was when I was playing football back in the day, my football academy here in KL, when I was planning everything, I was wondering, I said, what made me want to always go back to training? And we had a good group of players, a great team, and we did things both inside and outside the gym. And I said, what was it, And I realized I always went back to train with the team because I loved the people, I love my teammates, I love the coach, I just love the environment. So I had to find a way to really replicate that, right? And I think that's what really helps people want to come back to the gym. Not just so they can lift weights and hit PRs and stuff, but also to see their friends in the gym.
Sure.
Right? And also I have to say the team night out, that was your idea. It was really awesome. And then the runs outside the gym is also we just want to show people that the fitness life is not just about the gym, it's about things outside as well. It's not just about lifting inside. Go out for a run, enjoy a good time with your friends, and build that community.
I can imagine that being in the fitness industry now, I mean, it's so different than even just 5 years ago here in Southeast Asia and KL. Do you find that it's been a big learning curve for you since the day that you opened to run a gym?
Huge. There are a lot of things that I did not think about, did not plan in our business plan, and all these things just hit us like that, right? So like I said, I just assumed open a nice gym and people would just walk in, but obviously a lot has changed. There are a lot of unforeseen situations that occurred. But, you know, the thing about me is because I'm so passionate about this and I'm so eager for this to really succeed, I take it. And I'm like, okay, how can we fix this? How can we find a solution? How can we make it better? And I really enjoy that part of the journey.
Yeah.
I think it would be very boring if it was just smooth sailing.
Great, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything that you would have done different from the day that you opened until now? Any main differences that you would have done?
Absolutely. Now that, again, I've worked closely with you, I would definitely, given the current, how do you call it? Like the scene right now, everyone loves classes and everyone, you know, wants to go out and train with friends and group type training. I would definitely incorporate, and we slowly are, group training, group classes in the gym. And I really underestimated the power of personal training, the sales that we get from that. I don't know how businessy you want to get into.
No, this is perfect.
So, yeah, so definitely focus more on personal training as much as our membership sales as well.
Right.
So there are a lot of things that, you know, like I said, in the business plan, it was just, yeah, members will come, we'll have a surplus of 20 members every month, and by the end of the year, we'll have hundreds of members, you know? Obviously, shortly after I knew that, yeah, that really wasn't the case. Right.
Yeah. And for any aspiring entrepreneur that wants to open up their own gym in the future, whether it's a boutique gym, whether it's a personal training space, whether it's just a functional training space, what advice would you think you would give them? Someone who's young, hungry, they're really interested in fitness, passionate about it.
Yeah.
May not be very well versed in the business. Any advice that you would give to them?
So there's a couple of things that I would say. Number one, if it's really your passion and if it's like your gut feeling that you really want to open it no matter what, I'd still say go for it. You know, go for it no matter what anyone says. And like when I was building the business plan for the gym and in the middle of all of this, I had a lot of doubts from people, loved ones. It was painful, friends. But I knew that, you know, if that's really what you want to do it. But I would always say, make sure you do it wisely, do it smart. One thing I would do is look for a mentor or someone who has experience in the industry that can guide you, because it definitely, like, you can make any good idea a reality and make it work. Maybe there will be a few tweaks in the system and stuff like that. But number one, in your business plan, like, it needs to make financial sense first. So if, let's say, you want to open an ice cream store and you do the numbers and it's just like not going to make money, there are ways you can make, like, a few things you got to tweak. There are many successful ice cream companies out there in the world, right? So find a way to make it work. And there definitely is a way. So yeah, those three things, go for it if it's in your gut feel. Find a mentor and just make sure it makes financial sense.
Do you still have a chance to exercise on a regular basis? I know, being in the fitness industry for a long time, once we get into running the gyms, one of the things that a lot of gym owners forget to do or neglect is their own personal fitness.
Yeah.
How often do you work out?
So I work out at least 4 times a week. I think I'm quite blessed in that sense because, you think you own a gym, you have all the time in the world to train. There were some months where it was difficult, but now I make sure on a regular basis I go at least 4 times a week. And it's easy because I've purposely set up an office in the gym. So I do my work and then I go out and train. There are a lot of other things, like I live 5 minutes away from the gym, so it's easy for me to commute there and back. But I think it's super important. You don't want to lose the love for why you opened the gym in the first place.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people say it's because I want to be able to train when I want, you know? So I've been quite lucky in that sense.
Yeah, and what's your favorite type of workout? Like, what if, like, a typical week would consist of Carlos showing up at the gym, ready to work out. what does a workout look for? What does it look like?
So right now it's a very standard push-pull legs, which is push, which is generally chest, tricep, shoulders. Pull, it's back, biceps, and then legs is legs. So that's how I'm doing my split right now. My favorite used to be legs, but I love a good arms workout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's showing. And given that there's so many boutique fitnesses opening, whether again it's very specific, whether it's just yoga or just functional training, just personal training, how are you trying to stand out from everybody else? I mean, there's a lot of competition out there.
I think, especially now, we've got noisy neighbors next door. I think the name of the game is really to stand out, right? But I think it comes down to the core, and you need to get the fundamentals right, from customer service to simple things like member retention. Like, how do we keep these people in? How do you keep them in and keep them satisfied as well? So all these things, like knowing everyone's names and stuff like that, making sure they feel at home and they're not, pushed into the wild and they're intimidated. Like, sure. I think all that plays a big role. But I think there needs to be something about the gym that makes you very different. Like, oh, I can't get this anywhere else. And it's something that we're working on right now. More so now that competition is a lot tighter. And yeah, we'll see in the next 1-2 months with this new thing that we're rolling out. Hopefully it works out.
And do you think that, given with so much competition, what's the one thing that you do that really keeps those members coming back? Is it that personal touch, that hello, how's your workout, good evening, see you later? Do you think that's the one thing that helps people to come back to your gym?
Absolutely. And I think a lot of people discount this. Because, like I said, going back to the football days, why did I go back to training? I loved the coach. I had a good relationship with him. He's like a second father to me. And the teammates, we would do things in and outside the football pitch. So I think I'm seeing a lot of that in the gym now. And it starts with high roll, right? Now I'm seeing people walking into the gym, meeting for the first time, and they're having a beer on the weekend.
Great.
And it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's really amazing. This is exactly what I wanted in the gym. And yeah, I think people just cannot discount that.
I hear that from some of your colleagues that it's really difficult for you to get some work done here because everybody wants to talk to you. Everybody wants to say hi, see how you're doing, and that's something that you really can't replicate, right?
It's a good problem to have, I guess. So now when I have like really serious meetings, I say we got to meet outside, just because. I mean, naturally, yeah, people will come and say, hey, how are you? And especially during peak hours, it's like literally every 2 minutes I have to say hi to someone. I mean, it's not even a problem, right? I love it.
Great.
But yeah, meetings are now outside the gym.
It's a great problem to have.
Yeah.
And I noticed also a lot of your social media is now really starting to revolve around female athletes, female members coming in. Do you find that they're intimidated when they first come in here, or that's a non-issue?
Going back to when we first opened, that was an issue. That was a huge issue. Ladies walked in the gym and they're like, oh, this is a really cool gym. And then they walk in and you see people like slamming 200 kilo deadlifts and stuff like that. And they get very intimidated. So that was one of our big challenges. So how we tackle that, and we see that females is a huge market. They're more vain than guys. They'll do whatever it takes to look good. So we had to do a lot of different things. We had to get more female-friendly equipment, lighter dumbbells, lighter barbells. Our kettlebells, as you can see over there, they're all colored. We've got pink, light pink and light blue and yellow kettlebells. And again, yeah, for the social media, we're really now trying to focus more on ladies to show them that, hey, it's cool. Like it's the thing that ladies come into the gym and train and do their squats and deadlifts and even bench press. And that was one thing that we wanted to just take out, that intimidation factor, especially for ladies.
And the last event that you had, I see that there was about 20, 30 women.
We had
here
close to
working out, right?
30 ladies. So there was an event. That was run, and yeah, we're open to these things. We've had so far two female-dominated workshops, and it's great because it gets more ladies into the gym. And once they walk in and feel comfortable, they start to realize, hey, this is actually not a bad place. And then they see other ladies training as well, and they're like, hey, actually, I can do that. So it's a huge, huge focus. So when we first opened on Instagram, you have the Instagram for Business, you have the insights. And you can see how many of your followers are male and female. We started at a 70-30 ratio, 70 male, 30 female. And I said, well, this is a big problem. And we've done a lot of initiatives to bring in more ladies. And I'm quite proud to say now that we're more of a 65-35 split.
Oh, great.
For viewers at least.
And for a lot of women out there or females that are working out, what is the one myth you think that prevents them from working out in this type of gym?
Oh, the main one, and everyone has heard it. It's you gym and do strength training, you get bulky. But I mean, the reality is, like, ladies just don't have testosterone like men do. No matter how heavy you lift, you won't get bulky. And to be honest, what I tell a lot of my female friends who are a bit intimidated is that, you look on Instagram, who are your favorite, like, whose bodies do you want right now? They pick their top 3 or tell me the top 3. And the truth is, they go to the gym and get the work done. Yeah. They lift weights. To get a body like that is
you have to. Yeah,
you have to.
It's essential. Yeah.
You have to. Unless you're ladies, and this does happen, you're injecting steroids, you won't get that big.
Right. I've also noticed on your social media that you're posting all the time. I mean, you're posting not just about the fitness, but you're mostly posting about your staff. I know your staff are very key to the success of this gym. How essential having the right staff is it to grow this business?
Yeah, very important. Very, very important. Because as the business owner, and it's just me running the business, I have to understand that I can't do everything. I can't do sales. I can't do marketing. I can't make sure that the gym is maintained. I can't clean the gym. Like, everything plays a role. And it needs to come to a point where one day, I don't even need to go to the gym. And I trust the team to do this.
Great.
Yeah. And with regards to showing people our team on our social media, I think that's super important, because behind a cool brand, or behind any brand, I think a lot of people are very interested in, like, who's running it? Who are the people behind it? That's why I really make an effort to show our team as well, because at least people can relate. Oh, I see so-and-so at the desk, whenever I come in, I'll say hi to him. And that sort of creates that sort of bond. And also for the staff, they feel, hey, this is cool. Like, I'm really representing Union Strength.
Do you think, being that you're a smaller gym, that you're able to pivot when you think that there's a new trend, whether, let's just say it's a kettlebell workout or a new TRX workout, you're able to pivot a lot faster? Do you think you have an edge over the bigger box gyms who tend to not change as fast?
Yeah, I think that's a huge thing, a huge benefit for us. We are able to change things around when we want. The only thing that may limit us is capital to do it. But I think there are many ways that you can do it without so much capital involved. But yeah, absolutely, we can make decisions like that.
Right.
Quick team meeting, guys, what do you think?
Roll it out.
And roll it out, yeah.
And what's going to be next for Union Strength? Where do you see it in the next 18 months, 24 months? Will there be any new developments that you're going to roll out for the members as something new to keep them coming back?
I think the main thing is definitely branching out when the time is right. That will be the goal within the next 18 months or so. It will be nice to see a Union Strength in another city. or at least, I mean, not in this area, somewhere else, in KL. But yeah, again, timing is very important. I really want to make sure that we have that right recipe to just replicate, so that, you know, opening a second one won't be a headache, and it will be more of a, actually, this is very good for business type thing. So yeah, expect that in the near future.
And was that the plan from the very beginning, or in your mind you thought, we're just going to do one, we're going to do it really well, and we'll just do the best we can with this one? Or that was always part of the plan?
That was 100% the plan at the start. Whether people like it or not, that was 100% the plan, because I really care about the community. And I feel like the reason why it has that is because I'm still very much involved, and I make sure the team's involved. Now, my biggest concern was if we were to open 5 different locations, I can't split myself in 5, right? But now, if you were really to think about, on a business standpoint, for a gym, it probably makes sense to branch out. So that has changed. And I see a lot of benefits of branching out as well. You can benefit from economies of scale. Staffing wise, you can hire 1 or 2 people to take care of the other branches and stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely changed.
Do you think it'll remain the same footprint, same size, with the same offerings, or do you think in the future there's going to be different offerings that might attract more members?
I'm still in thought with that, because I would love to move in or open a bigger gym, but again, it really depends on what's available at the time. Sure. It's not easy to find a good location in KL.
I agree.
Really not easy.
Well, I just want to say thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we love it. So the name of the podcast is Mavericks of Fitness. You know, Maverick is somebody who does something completely different than everybody else. How would you consider Union Strength a maverick in the fitness industry?
Whoa. Throwing me under the bus there.
Under the bus? No, this is a great place.
I think it's really the community. I know a lot of gyms have that community feel, and I've brought it up a lot of times. But I think what's lacking in a lot of similar gyms to us, like whether it be commercial gyms or even other strength gyms, is that sort of we are family type thing.
Okay.
And we're a group of people who are very results driven. We want to get results, we want to look good, we want to get stronger, we want to feel good. And I guess that's what makes us different.
Great, man. Thanks again, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome, buddy. Thanks so much.
Thank you.